Welcome to your lesson on browser testing. In this section, we're going to quickly check how our site looks in desktop, tablet, and mobile views. And then we're going to use a very cool online service that will take screenshots of how our site looks across different browsers and devices. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is go into our site itself and have a look at it, how it looks at different screen sizes. So we won't go into the browsers and devices quite yet, but we do just want to do a quick sanity check of how it looks at different sizes. So if I'm in Squarespace, I click on this little line up here, and then I can quickly switch to mobile view, tablet view, and then back to desktop. And I can see, for example, that even though it looks pretty good on mobile, I have this extra icon appearing in my navigation for my shop, even though I have it turned off on desktop and tablet. So I'll want to go in and change that. But you'll just want to do a quick check for each of your different page types and make sure everything looks good on the smaller screens. And if you're in WordPress, you'll want to log into your admin dashboard and go to Appearance, Customize. And then you can see down here, you're on desktop now, and you can change to tablet and mobile. So again, I'd want to do that for every page type. And I can see here, I need to put these two icons on the same line. They look a little bit funny and off center there. So after you've done your sanity check, you're going to want to decide what browsers and devices are worth testing. There are so many different browsers and devices and operating system versions that you couldn't possibly test them all. But we definitely want to test the most important. So if you've had a site that's been running for a while, then the very best source of browser statistics information is within Google Analytics for your site. If I go into mine, I can see Chrome is far and away the most popular browser, followed by Firefox, and most of the other browsers have a pretty small slice of the pie. And I can see that for my mobile visitors, iPhones are more than twice as common as Android mobile devices. Now, if you don't have this sort of information, the next best source of information is here on Wikipedia. Unfortunately, there's no ultimate authority on worldwide browser usage statistics. Google Analytics would probably be the best source of that information, but they do not publish their stats. So the next best thing, which isn't great, because the only info is from StatCounter and the US federal government. StatCounter is a free visitor counter, so it's only counting visitors to the sites that have installed a free visitor counter, which isn't actually that popular, and most people use Google Analytics. So it's pretty limited data. And the other is the US federal government, which has quite a lot of people still on Internet Explorer, which is pretty different than how it is for the private sector. But we can still see here that Chrome is far and away the most popular, and IE is still pretty far up there. Next comes Safari, then Firefox, and then Opera is pretty negligible. So the most popular live cross-browser tester out there is called Browserstackcom, and you can enter your URL and they will give you screenshots of your site across various browsers, operating platforms, and devices. So this is the most popular. I'm not crazy about it because it only shows you what's above the fold, and it doesn't give you any information beyond this screenshot. I just had to mention this because it's popular and you'll see the advice online. The one I like better is called cross-browser testing. And what I like about it is that you can set your baseline browser, so you would look at your stats if you had them, or if not, you would choose Chrome, whatever the latest, most popular version is, and you would set it as your base. And then it would visually compare all of the other screenshots, and it would show you the number of layout differences. So you could just scroll through here and ignore all the ones that say layout differences. So it's going to save you time. And what's really cool is that it will actually show you down here the specific differences, down to the difference in pixels, which I find truly amazing. So I can have a look at those and I can decide if they really are worth my time. I can see here that my image is repeating here. So what I might want to do is actually make this image taller but show less of it in my baseline browser, and then it would look okay here in this browser. But I can see it's just Windows 7 and hardly anyone's on Windows 7 anymore. And even fewer people are on Internet Explorer 10. So I might just say that's not quite worth the effort. So just to quickly show you how this works, you go to cross-browser testing and to screenshots. And I should mention, you only get 60 minutes total over the course of 7 days for free, and then you need to pay. But they're really nice. They only count the minutes that they're actively giving you your results. So I would go to screenshots and I would type in my URL. And down here I can actually choose the browsers I want to use. So if I have my own stats, I would choose the ones most popular in my Google Analytics. If I didn't, then I would just go and look what is most popular worldwide, knowing that it's not brilliant data. And I can choose various resolutions as well. And then I would just run the test. While this is loading, I want to show you the other cool thing they offer, but this is a lot slower. And this is called live testing. And so what this does is you choose your operating system and your browser and your resolution, and then it will actually run a simulation of it for you. The reason this can be useful is you can actually go through and test your various JavaScript functionalities if you have anything special going on with your JavaScript, and you can check all your forms and make sure that they're working. So you want to make sure people can book a session and they can sign up to your email list and they can buy your products. So this takes a little bit longer to load, and because you're actually on a virtual machine, it's kind of slow to respond to you, but in this way you can actually interact with your website on that platform and in that browser. So if we go back into our screenshot test, the first thing we want to do is set our baseline browser, which for me is going to be Chrome version 52 on Mac, because I could see that was the most popular browser and operating system in my stats. And then I can go through and I can look for where it says differences and then go up here and say, well, do I have a lot of Windows users and how many of them are on Edge? I know that's pretty negligible, so I would go for the most important ones first, and then I would work my way down to the less important ones. So there you have it. That's how you can quickly test your site across different browsers and platforms for free and with very little effort, which we love around here.